Okay, I wanted to show you something that helped me a whole lot on the homework as I was brushing up. Um, you have a situation here. You have airline offering tickets to different cities, and you have a table of how many different tickets were bought for each city. So this is not raw data. This is what's called a summary. You know, when people go around and poll or pull raw data from a spreadsheet, they've tabulated the frequency for each of the different cities. Um, and of course, you want to calculate the relative frequency to answer the first part of this question, and you can do that by summing, right, the number of tickets bought for each city, and then dividing the amount of each the number for each city by that total. But that's a lot of crunching. One thing that makes the job a little easier, you can click this little icon right here, and it allows you to get the data out. You can either copy it to a clipboard in a variety of different data formats, but for me the easiest was just to open it in this thing called StatCrunch that comes with your My Stats lab. And you can see we've got really the same table here in an output that looks something like Minitab or Excel. So really what we want to do is calculate a third column here that is relative frequency. There might be a way to do it. I had trouble figuring out how to calculate the relative frequency in the table from a summary, from a data summary. But so I had this little workaround that helped me. If I went to graph and I did a bar plot with summary, right, this is from summary data. My categories are the cities. Let's see, I can't quite get that out of the way for you. My categories are the cities, or sorry, response here is the name of that, the cities. And the counts are, it's a frequency count. And for my output, I've got a variety of different options for my bar graph. I can do the relative frequency, the percent. I'm interested in relative frequency for this question. And this is really important. Click the little value above bar, because that way it'll put the exact number above the bar. And so at this point I just hit compute, and it gives me a nice bar graph of the different cities and the relative frequency. And you might have said, well, hey, there's no number above each bar. I guess that's just because the default window is too small, but if you hit the if you click the enlarge button, you can see the relative frequency for each of the different cities, which is exactly what you need to answer this question here. Okay. Oh, one thing I didn't mention that was probably nice for you to do when you're making the bar graph is to order by whatever the worksheet order is. That keeps it, you might have noticed that my bar graph starts with Chicago, but my table starts with Las Vegas. So if you order by worksheet and I recompute, then it kind of looks, you know, the cities go in the same order. So anyway, I hope that helps a little bit and give you a shortcut for answering some of these computational questions that can take a bunch of time to tabulate.